And now to Florida and a disturbing story on the environment. A deadly algae known as the red tide killing endangered manatees in record numbers. NBC's Mark Potter is in Key Biscayne this morning. Mark, good morning.
Good morning to you, Savannah. Officials say this is a catastrophe, as they sometimes find as many as 10 dead manatees a day. Already in just 2 months, they're approaching the record killed in an entire year.
They are among the gentlest of creatures, spending their days grazing along Florida's coastal waters and rivers. But now the already endangered manatees are confronting a deadly enemy, an algae known as the red tide, and it's killing them by the dozens.
Astonished because we love manatees.
The algae contains a toxin. When the manatees eat it, their breathing stops, and they can drown in as little as 2 inches of water. This year's red tide is centered around a 70-mile area of Florida's west coast from Sarasota down to Fort Myers, and the death toll is being magnified because it's an area where manatees come for their winter migration. The latest figures from the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission show so far this year, the red tide has killed 149 manatees. In 1996, a record 151 died, but that was for the whole year.
I've seen 2 now. Just in the past week.
More than a dozen manatees have been rescued, 11 taken to the Lowry Park Zoo in Tampa for treatment. Staff members rotate on 3-hour shifts, keeping the manatee's head above water so it can breathe. Marine biologists say this year not only are the manatees eating the deadly algae on the surface, but they believe the toxin has settled into the seagrass they eat. So even when the red tide bloom ends, the poisonous coating is likely to stay in the grass beds for another 2 months.
This has got to be one of the worst times I've ever seen it.
Now, experts worry that the pools holding the rescued manatees are starting to fill up, but they don't want to put them back out in the wild again because the red tide still out there, they fear, could poison them once again. Savannah?
All right, Mark Potter in Key Biscayne, thank you.